Welcome to my studio tour. This camera lens is hopefully gonna make the room look bigger than it actually is. First corner, we have this really big mirror that honestly really opens up the space because you can see like the big windows and the reflection. Below the mirror is Lucy's dog bed and her dog toys. It started out being just like the toys that need fixing, but she's such a menace that she has gone through way too many toys for me to keep up with. So there's just kind of a pile up here, and every time she's up here, she just rips all the stuffing out and I just put it back in. And then we repeat that over and over again. This locker has a lot of lore because my mom owns a print shop and that's where I get all my prints made. This year they sold the print shop and I basically grew up in that shop. That was like my first job. So when they were closing it down, I wanted to keep something from it. I asked if I could keep this locker. We spray painted it black, and then because it's so beat up, I'm just sticker bombing it with black and white stickers because it's very imperfect. She's really beat up. The handles don't work. You have to pull it open, and then when you want to shut it, push it, kick the bottom, and then push the top in. On top, we have some garment bags that I take with me vending. My lucky bunny, like the mascot of Calico, kind of sitting on top watching over us all. She's very cute. I bring her to markets with me. I also have a projector up there and some old vending supplies that I don't really use. Then over here we have my clothing rack. Pretty much from like here over are finished pieces ready to be sold. All the rest of it is stuff that has not been upcycled yet. I'm kind of running low on stock right now. I need to lock in and make some more because I'm vending a lot these next couple weekends, like in a row. Unfortunately, I think this clothing rack is from Amazon, but the ones I use for vending are collapsible, and I got those from Walmart and they're a lot better quality than this one. But this one's pretty small and it fits really nicely in the space. Then up here we have my backdrop that my husband installed for me. Thank you so much. I kind of regret putting it there, but I asked him if we could ever move it and he was like, no, we cannot move it ever. Like it's stuck there for life. So yeah, I should have put it against this wall so that all the natural light was against it and then I covered the mirror, but I was dumb and I chose this wall. So yeah, so it's there. Sometimes I use it for shoots. Love my backdrop. Thank you so much to my husband for helping set it up. In this area down here, I keep some blank canvases. Then in this corner, we have first section of the windows. And that's usually where I put a lot of my screen printing frames to dry, and they dry really quickly against the window. Also, I like that you can see them from outside. And then I have my mannequin who's wearing this upcycled tie that I clearly don't know how to tie a tie because it's not sitting right. And then she's wearing this mesh star top. I usually keep my tripod over here for filming content on my phone. My little rolling cart, it has all my screen printing supplies, painting supplies, sewing supplies, lots of supplies. I'll just move it around the room based on what I'm doing. I think it's from IKEA. It's honestly been like the most useful purchase for the studio. The top of it is also wire, so I have this towel, so I'll leave paintbrushes and screen printing stuff there to dry. Then in the center of the room, the big windows. Actually, they're not where I usually have them. These windows are a mess. Every time I try and like change the windows, I feel like it's about to break and fall down. I don't know if you can see it like bending. And also they're just like tangled. This is a very old building, so I would not be surprised if they just fell down. So I leave them where they are. But I love my big, beautiful windows. What is happening today? My nail just fell off again. Okay, we're gonna glue my nail back on. Hold on 1 second. I love my windows with like the brick and the hardwood floors and high ceilings and the big windows. I love it so much. Makes me feel like I'm in a really cute New York City apartment, and then every once in a while a horse and buggy will drive by and kill the delusion for me. But I really do love this apartment. Sometimes the windows leak when it rains, so I have to make sure I don't keep my paintings or valuables like in these center areas right here because that's where it leaks. Right here is where I do a lot of screen printing. Here's my sewing machine. This is where I sew. Here is my little ironing board. I have my junk journaling, scrapbooking bag that I keep all my supplies in, a little journal for all my hopes and dreams, and then here are some magazines. This is where I do all my junk journaling in. I got some new magazines pretty recently, so I'm excited to go through those. And this is my nail kit. because I just broke a nail, so I had to bring it up here. Underneath here is pretty messy, but like a lot of patterns and stuff are in here. For sewing, this little bin has all my rivets, grommets, keychains, charms, stuff like that. There's a little shelf up there where I keep my scrap box for like all my little tiny pieces of scraps that I use as stuffing. The cats like to play with them, so they're kind of hidden in that top shelf. And then down there is just a vending box with like vending supplies. I have some paintings leaning up against the wall. This one is me practicing a star rubber stamp that I made. I stamped it all over this like canvas that had a rip in it, and honestly I kind of fuck with it. I think it looks cool. And then I have a painting of Lucy and my lucky bunny. This is my chair that I sit and I paint in, and this is the current painting I'm working on. Like I said, I move that cart kind of around the studio, so if I'm painting I bring it over here. Back in that corner there's a little cat tree. Oh, I just got a splinter. There's like a little section in there that's kind of weird, so I use that for storing tripods, studio lights. There's a little cat tree for the cats to get all the way to the top of the loft. Yeah, I have lots of cute trinkets up on that shelf. I have a little chrome dish. That's where I keep all of my business cards that I collect over the years. If you've ever given me a business card, just know I didn't throw it away. And then a clock that I don't pay attention to, because one, I can't really see it when it's up there, and two, I have no sense of time. So back here I have an apron that my mom made me, and when I'm feeling responsible I put those on so that I don't get paint or ink on my clothes. Then we have a box on the floor the cats use. Closet is kind of a mess. When I got more into screen printing, I changed it into a dark room, so I moved a table in here, and that's where I make all my screens. And then I'll just store stuff that I don't usually need to reach for in there, so that I'm not opening it often. My personal clothes that I want to modify are in there hanging up. Some collab projects in there. Here's my Love Yourself tee. That's the next one I'm going to upcycle. Will be coming soon. I also thrifted this pink button up for Halloween. Leave your guesses in the comments. And I also have a one color screen printing machine. I don't use her often. If I do, I'll bring her out and put her on this table to print, but she kind of stays in there, stored in there. Hopefully one day I'll have a bigger space and I'll be able to keep her out all the time. Little UV light, again, for burning screen printing frames. Over here we have my heat press, also an iron, a heat gun back there, and some larger screen printing frames. And then down here I have my printer. I use the Epson EcoTank ET2800. If anybody was wondering, that's where I keep all of my prints. And my stickers are in that little black bag. My camera bag's there. Random transfer paper, miscellaneous stuff. Some books over here. I hope you can't see my feet. In the first drawer we have, it's really messy in here, lots of little bags. Oh my god, I'm making it even messier. My clothing tags, I got printed from my mom's shop. Some tape, some safety pins, my little transfers. Then we got some business cards too. This drawer is like random hardware, camera straps, camera battery, a level, some film. And then down here I have my huge collection of magazines for scrapbooking, paper cutter, sticker paper, poly bags, and shipping supplies are also down there. On here I have some bags that I take mail to the post office in, my current stock of keychains, my last bandana that's in stock, trash can, New York City hat that I thrifted. I have this cute little bag that's from Cult Classics, and this mixed media spiderweb art piece I got at Hive Art Space, which I am obsessed with. On the door we have my go-to hoodies, which are this blue Love Yourself hoodie and my OG Lucky Bunny gray hoodie. Up here we have some of my old pieces, some boxes, a dog bed that the cats go up and sleep on, a 4-color print machine, which if I don't have room for a 1-color, I definitely don't have room for a 4-color, so that kind of just sits up there. An old clothing rack, and more pieces over here. And that's it. That's everything in my studio. Probably like 200 something square feet. Before we lived here, we lived in a really small 1-bedroom apartment that was like 500 square feet. My art studio was a closet. That's it. I'll try and insert pictures if I have them, but I'd have to take everything out when I wanted to work on something and then put everything away. So I'm extremely grateful to have a space dedicated to my business, and I've grown so much since moving in here. And when we have a bigger space one day, hopefully, it'll grow even more. But for now, this is her and I love her. But yeah, that's everything in my studio. I do change it pretty often. When I moved in, it looked completely different, and then over time it's kind of evolved to fit all the different crafts that I do. But honestly, I think that what we have going on right now is the best option to utilize the entire space. I'll probably be keeping it like this for the remainder of my time here. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for this to be done. I filmed this a couple times now, and every time something has gone wrong, like footage went missing, audio was garbage quality, and every time I have to keep cleaning the studio, it's usually pretty messy in here. So I'm excited for this to be filmed, and I'm really excited to edit it. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. See you in the next video.